In today's episode of the Hotelier Huddle, I had a magical conversation with Kelley Wacher, who shines a light on the power of serving, not selling, how the magic is actually in you, not the boss or a hotel GM or even a coach. And she suggests the top 3 things we should bring back to hospitality. Have a listen to find out what they are. Kelley Wacher, thank you so much for joining the Hotelier Huddle today. It's so nice to see you. Thank you for taking the time to do this.
I'm delighted to be here, Shannon.
Now, I always like to sort of go over the CV and the career journey so far of my guest, not to read your CV at you because you already know it, but just so that my listeners know just how qualified you are to be in the huddle and how amazing you are and all of the different wildly interesting things that you've done in your career that we can all learn from, that I learn from all the time. So I like, if I can, if you don't mind, I want to go right back to not the beginning, but the beginning of when I met you a minute ago, which was way back
5 minutes ago, even.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago. So your first gig actually was sort of while I knew you initially, which was you were a youth worker with various youth organizations from 99 to 2001. And I know that informs how you work to this day. And I'm going to ask you some questions about that. You got your Diploma of Social Welfare and Social Work from TAFE, New South Wales. Wow. And then you're with Thomas Cook Travel from 1986 to 1996, 10 years, a decade with Thomas Cook. Wow, famous Thomas Cook. And then Amex Global Business Travel for 2 years. And then long about the time when I met you is when you were with Carlson Wagonlit Travel. So we were kind of in adjacent roles at Carlson because I was with Radisson then. And you were the national manager, hotel programs in 1998 when I arrived in Sydney for my so-called temporary assignment. And you were one of the first industry people that I met in Australia. And I thought, oh, so that's what they're like. Oh, this is going to be a breeze. This will be easy. Great. Wonderful.
Thank you.
And then you were with Radisson Hotels National Director of Sales, 98 to 99. And then for 7 whole years, you were Group Director of Sales with TFE Hotels until 2007. And now you, having founded Corporate Magic, you're an executive coach and facilitator. 17 years. Have I got those maths right?
I know, right?
Wow.
It's gone so fast.
You must be having fun. So as a member of the Australian Board of NLP and Certified Life, Business and Executive Coach Practitioner, Master Practitioner in NLP, NLP Trainer and Matrix Therapies Practitioner. Wow. You're also a qualified extended DISC behavioral profiler, Gallup Strengths Coach, leadership and project management consultant. Holy buckets. Wow. Thank you for joining, as busy as you are. Wowza.
You make me sound so impressive.
No, it's not a sound. It's not a sound. It's because you are. So I want to ask you, from hotel corridors to corporate coaching, was there we'll call it an aha moment, because Oprah's in town in Sydney at the moment, and Oprah being the inventor and queen of the aha moment. Was there an aha moment that made you realize you actually wanted to trade in hotel room blocks for neural rewiring?
Isn't it interesting? I did spend all that time in the travel industry, which I loved, and then moved into the dark side of hotel land, which I also very much enjoyed. And I guess it was, when I think about it, I was thinking about this earlier today. When I think about it, it was kind of like a transition. I thought that I wanted to go in one direction. I thought I wanted to go to some big global company and travel the world and work in hotels in, Paris, London, New York. But then I had this realization that what I really loved about hotels and this entire industry, the hospitality, tourism, travel industry, was the connection you get with people.
Interesting.
And also, I was besotted with people's behavior.
Interesting. Yep.
and why we do the things we do. So when I took my career break from hospitality and tourism and travel, I studied social welfare, and it just the rest is history, really.
Yeah. Yeah. And interesting how intertwined it all is, and how those skills and experiences, they all, not just reflect each other, but really, benefit. And those integrations are pretty strong, huh?
Yeah, I say to people, someone asked me this question the other day, and what I say to people is spending time in hospitality, particularly in hotels,
Yeah.
you get to meet every walk of life.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
when we talk about behaviour, I mean, you get to meet Mara and Pa Kettle that have come down from Tamworth for their 50th anniversary, and they've saved up for a year, and they're coming into this hotel and they want to have a wowzer of a time. Right.
Yes.
And then you get to meet the corporate that's coming and going, and the one that says, "Do you know who I am?"
Oh. Oh, I've met that one.
You've
I've
met
met
that
that
one,
person so many times.
right? And
Oh.
I just say,
And I often want to
yes.
say, I do. Do you know who you
Do you know?
are?
Do you need some help?
Can I help you?
Yes, but and just young people, old people, people with abilities, people with disabilities. I have had the most amazing experiences in hotel land,
Yes.
and it's a real anyone, any person, anyone with kids that are coming out of school, university. It is a basis for learning how to deal with people. I love it. Mm.
Indeed. Now, you called your business when you founded it Corporate Magic. And
Mm.
I've often wondered if that was a cheeky nod to making difficult executives disappear with the magic wand, or is there actual sorcery involved in your NLP techniques? She's
There
even got a
is.
magic
There is.
wand.
I have got a magic wand. This is the Starlight Foundation, but recently I bought Hermione's magic wand from Harry Potter.
I love that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Shannon, is
Is
that
there actual sorcery?
there is a little bit of sorcery. However, it's the magic is what I say. People say to me, "Oh, corporate magic, do you pull a rabbit out of your hat?" And I say, "No, the magic is actually in you, not in me."
And there it is.
And there it is. My role is seeking potential in other people, and it's almost like I hold the hope for them until they're ready to take it on themselves, because I believe in the potential of people, in unique individuals, in leaders, in emerging leaders, and I think that we sometimes we stop looking at that. And so I love that. That's why it's corporate magic, because people say to me, "Oh, I'll do their strengths profile for them," and I'll say, "Are you a psychic?" I go, "No,
No.
just very curious." Just,
Yeah.
but
I
yeah,
love that.
truly is the magic is in the person that I'm working with. Yeah.
I love that. So along the way, looking at all that
Yes.
magic, you've earned and collected qualifications the way some people collect hotel loyalty points. So between NLP, master practitioner, disc profiler, Gallup strengths coach, matrix therapies, was there a point that you thought, okay, maybe just one more certification? Or are you done?
There's always a point where I think one more,
Yeah.
because it's that whole concept of use it or lose it, right? So
Yes.
I am what they would call a lifelong learner.
Yeah.
Shannon, there's always something. Curiosity is one of my big things, and
So important.
right. And so, and every time I do it, it's kind of like it adds to my magic bag of tricks. So it's wonderful. And so when you have people come to you, because what you have to understand is people don't have professional or productivity problems. They have personal problems that impact their performance. Right.
Interesting.
And so what I do is that, I can bring out either, extended disc and look at behavioral styles. I can bring out strengths. And I love that, because a lot of people deal with confidence problems. And then I can use matrix therapies for people want to clear parental patterning and things from their past that are getting them stuck now. And so this year I did imposter syndrome coaching certification, because, that's a really massive thing now.
Sure is.
Well, and, so I love I don't just collect certifications like reward points, but I am an avid learner, and I enjoy using the techniques with people and seeing them shine through the outcomes that they get. Yeah,
Yeah, that's great. And
yeah.
and so in doing so, going from selling hotel rooms like you used
Mm.
to selling people on themselves, is there
Mm.
anything that surprises you most about that transition from selling hotel rooms to selling people on their own strengths and their own magic?
I guess the thing that I really want to say here is I don't ever think I sold anything. Um, I mean, might sound a bit strange,
No, no, no.
but I
I love that
always used to
perspective.
think, well, I used to think selling was for vacuum cleaners, and I, I could never, or Funk and Wagnalls, the
Yeah,
encyclopedias,
yeah, yeah,
Encyclopedia Britannica.
yeah.
What I considered was serving, not selling, but serving. And so I remember we'd have hotels, and I'd be like, oh, I find out what the client wants,
Sure.
right? And then I try and match their needs with a product that we have. And then it doesn't become selling. It becomes, you know what? This is what's going to fit you, your business, your unique needs,
Yeah,
better than anything else.
yeah,
And I knew which products I could sell to a client,
sure.
but I knew which products would serve their needs the best. And so when I look at that now, moving into, I'm not getting people to sell themselves or sell their own learning. I'm serving people in a way where I say to them, listen, I'm not the person doing it here. You are, right? So
Yeah.
if you want something different, I'm happy to serve you as a facilitator and facilitate that for you.
That's so interesting. And I think, I mean, a lot of junior sales execs in the hotelier industry, in the huddle, could really benefit from thinking it through that way, don't you think?
Yeah, it's a reframe. I think I even wrote
I
a
think so.
program early on
Yeah.
where I said sales is not a dirty word,
No, no,
right?
you're right, because there can be kind of quite a negative connotation. It's like sometimes, ew, schmarmy sales, and people feel like they need a shower after they've been through a sales training session. Ugh.
Right?
But it isn't that. It isn't that, is it?
No, it's creating a service that is an
Yes.
opportunity for somebody else.
I
And I
love
love
that.
that because we're selling experiences now.
Yeah, absolutely right. Your career so far included a stint as a youth worker. And I
Yes.
wonder, how does wrangling teenagers, including one of your own now, by the way, prepare you for wrangling corporate executives? Or are they surprisingly similar?
Well, you know what? It's very funny that you should ask that because when I worked with youth, I worked with young people with drug and alcohol issues. I worked with kids with Asperger's and neurodiversity.
Hmm.
And here's what I learned when I came back into corporate from that experience
Mm.
is, do you know what? The little things really don't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When you go from teaching, when people come out and they've just read their first line of a book at 16 years of age, and then you go into some corporate environments, and
Mm.
it was a real perspective taking moment for me. And I do think about that when I'm dealing with people now, executives now, because we need to get out of our own way sometimes.
Yes. Yes.
Right. But this level, like 99% of the clients that I have struggle with self-doubt and confidence issues.
Yes.
And and that's like 99% of the teenagers that we have. So there are some striking strong similarities. And when I did have a child of my own, I did learn a lot particularly about time management.
Yes.
So I think, our kids and the generations we have now are teachers for us as well. And I think sometimes we've got to be really aware of that perspective taking. You and I, we're at that Gen X cohort,
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
And I spend a lot of time talking to Gen Xers who are dealing with the new millennials and the Ys and the upcoming alphas.
Sure.
And I say, well, you know what? They've got it going on here. We spend our life working our butts off to get somewhere, and they kind of like want to spend their life living.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what?
It's quite
Fantastic.
refreshing, isn't it? Like it almost
Yeah,
comes
very.
full circle and background again. It's very refreshing.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
So,
speaking of generations, you also spent a decade at the infamous Thomas Cook
oh
Travel
my gosh,
back
I
in the
loved it.
1900s.
Yes,
And I
thank you.
wonder if there's, I did too. What's one thing about hospitality in the 80s and 90s that
Oh,
you
I can
wished
tell
we'd
you.
kept? And one thing that you're actually glad died with fax machines?
Yes, there's so many things that I'm glad died
Yeah.
with fax machines.
Yeah.
The green booking card was one of them. But listen,
Oh, yeah. Or a
I
Whitney rack. Did you ever
loved.
work on a Whitney rack?
Oh, what is a Whitney rack?
That's for another podcast episode. It was
Okay,
this
all right.
thing behind the front desk where you put rate cards and never mind.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
We had green booking cards and stapled bits of paper on them. Anyway,
Yeah, okay.
we did have the telex, ding, 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 when you wanted to get the message across urgently.
Telex,
The telex, hey?
Yeah. I hear you, sister. Yep.
And room keys. I'm so glad room keys are gone. The thing that I loved, you know what? I loved working at Thomas Cook, right? It was such camaraderie.
I've
right?
always heard that about that organization.
In
I've
this
often
industry,
heard that. Yeah.
I still have friends to this day who I am friends with from Thomas Cook days.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Incredible. It was an incredible time.
Magic in a bottle.
Magic in a bottle. I recently walked past the Forbes Hotel in the city there, and it's closed down.
Oh.
And I know, right?
Oh.
And can I tell you, I think Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we spent at the Forbes Hotel.
Yeah.
Because everybody, it was just about camaraderie and coming together and telling stories and you know, creating moments. And now people are all off to hot yoga and you know, riding their bicycle home, and which is great. It was just a different time. And you know what? There was a lot of marketing money back in the 80s and 90s.
Sure.
And so
different
you know,
model altogether.
Yeah, I went to the opening of a door, and
oh yeah,
that's how you became known. You know, it's like you were always at these events. You were always, I think for the first, I don't know, 15 years of my career, I never had to buy groceries because I just had chicken satay sticks, spring rolls, and champagne and wine and beer that was all provided beautifully from all the hotels around Australia.
I've often heard several versions of the urban legend of the opening of the Regent Hotel in Sydney in 1980 something.
Yes.
Which allegedly went on for 2.5 days, the opening party for the Regent in Sydney at number 199 George Street, which went on for 2.5 days. I wish I'd been there.
I've been to many openings, but I wasn't at that one. But I have been to many openings of hotels in Sydney.
Yeah.
In fact, I go there and I say, "Oh my gosh, I remember going to the opening of this hotel," and someone looks at me and says, "It's like 30 years old now, Kel." I'm like, "Shh," like the Grace Hotel opening.
Yeah, and that's still going strong. I mean,
I know. I don't even know how old it is.
It's a very special property. It does very well. Anywho,
yes.
So something else you describe in your business is holding clients accountable for their own results, which is very brave, in my opinion.
Yes.
How do you deliver tough love without them checking out like a disgruntled hotel guest?
It's exactly how I would deal with a disgruntled hotel guest, to be honest with you.
Okay, yeah.
I used to say when I was working in that space, I created a little sign for myself, and it was called "Let Me," right? And it was L was for listen, E was for empathize, T, this was the most important, tell them what you can do, not what you can't do.
Interesting.
And then mediate and then exit. All right.
Mediate and then exit.
Exit.
Okay.
Finish. Yeah. Mediate, extricate. So what I would do is it all starts with let me tell you how I can help you. Let me do this. Let me listen to you. Let me empathize. Let me tell you what I can do. Because there's nothing worse than someone saying, if you check into a hotel and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, your room has been, there's a leaking faucet in your room."
Or the flood,
so you
the infamous flood.
The infamous flood. So you're being moved to another hotel.
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
And they've had their hearts set on that. And
Uh-huh.
so it's like, you know what, let me tell you what I can do. What I can do, because this is terrible, this has happened, and we are so sorry, and we would welcome you back here anytime. But I am sending you to this hotel, and you're going to get this, and you're going to get that, and we're going to give you a voucher to taxi there, or, and if there's something that I can get for you in the room for when you arrive, we want to just make sure that you have the most amazing time while you're here. So and often it's the same. It's like everybody's in the what's in it for me.
Sure.
And coaching is no different. Someone is paying you for a service, and you are, as I said, the holder of hope, the facilitator, and I want you to get into a position where you take that back yourself, and you become accountable for your own results. And so sometimes people will say to me, oh, it's all me, isn't it? And I say, yes, it is.
Yes. And the good
That's
news is
absolutely
you
right.
also hold the solution. Yeah.
Good.
It's
That's right.
within your control. Yeah.
Yes. And what is within your control? What you say, what you do, what you think, and how you behave. And it was the same in hotel land. Yeah. I remember walking past, in a hotel that remained nameless, and seeing a bit of garbage on the floor in the foyer.
Mm.
And I picked it up and I put it into the bin, and I went up to reception as I would, and I said, hello, how are you today, to the people at reception, and they looked at me dumbfounded.
Yep.
And I said, is everything okay? And they said, yes, we're just wondering why you're talking to us and why you picked up that rubbish. And I said, well, why wouldn't I talk to you? And they said, well, because you're the director of sales, so why would you?
Oh, so old
And
school,
I was like,
huh?
oh my gosh, right? And I said, and the reason I picked up that rubbish is because it was there.
Yeah.
And I would expect you to do the same thing, like have a bit of house pride,
Sure.
a bit of pride in your house. Sure. So, yes, again, it comes back to that serving mentality. Right?
Do you
Did
know,
I
you
answer your
just
question?
you certainly did. You answered my question completely, and you also just reminded me of a hotel GM I worked with in the US for a long time, and one of his now famous interview tactics was that if someone made it to a second or third interview for a senior role, he would take the person, the candidate, on a property tour, and purposefully, before that property tour, plant a couple of bits of rubbish in places where it would be well visible. And if during that property tour the candidate stopped, picked it up, and put it in the bin, it was an automatic hire, because to him, that was an indication that this is a person who sees things, who's, interested in, the presentation of the property, who sees a problem and fixes it, even if it's not their job to fix it. And I always thought that was such a, clever, conniving, brilliant interview tactic. And you just reminded me of that. I wonder if he still does that.
Right? It's just, it's that automatic ability to just go that extra little mile, to wow your guests. Yeah?
Yes.
It's like someone came down to the hotel front desk once with they had a torn, the thing that hangs over the handle, I'm out, what it's called. I can't remember. I was having a menopause moment.
The door,
anyway.
clean the room, go away. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, yeah. And it was torn. And so they gave it to someone at reception, and the reception fellow, he just went, then he got sticky tape out to stick it back together again. I said, I'm sure we could give you a new one. And not only that, I could go and put it on your door for you. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's what I mean when I say the little things, like the little things. Sometimes it's the tiny little things that make such a massive difference in that service mentality. And it's a wonderful industry, but and it needs to stay connected to people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. And so from little things in the industry to big things in the industry,
yes,
I wonder if you could use your NLP superpowers to rewire a hotel industry-wide habit or something in hospitality. What would that be?
Do you know what? Here's the thing, and I think this is not just hospitality industry-wide. I think this is across the nation, across the globe even. And that is to bring it's going to sound like huge, Shannon. Okay.
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm
Right.
listening.
Can we bring three things? Can we look up? All right. So our observation skills is the first thing. It's like look up and recognize the impact that you have on a person. That's number one.
Yes.
All right. Don't get so busy with the computer and the paperwork. There's nothing worse than seeing this part of a person when they're checking
Yes.
into a hotel. Right?
Yes.
Or they just put their card back and they don't look at them or they don't hand it to them, you know. So let's look up and be aware of our impact on people and notice the things around us. Be observant. Yeah. Ask
Faces
people,
and eyes, not the scalp.
Yes. How was your day today? Then it's the second thing is, can we be a little bit compassionate? And the third thing is a little bit kind. Okay. Now, these things, they might seem incredibly difficult to do. I personally don't think so. But if we could just bring a bit of compassion, a bit of kindness, and a bit of observation skills back to the industry, and I'm not saying it's gone, but industries across the globe, right? We would be in a much better position for service and experience.
I hear you.
That's it.
I agree. Hear, and I love it. And I love that. Yes. Hear, sister. I love that.
Yes. And that's what I say to my clients as well. You know, yes, we're in a very fast evolving technical world where we have to be very agile and flexible, but please people look up.
Look up in all ways. Metaphorical, physical, literal. Yeah. In all ways.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah.
So from looking up to looking back at your hotel sales days, was there a skill from your hotel sales world that has been your secret weapon in coaching now?
Oh, definitely. And do you know what? It comes back to curiosity.
Sure.
Yeah. Curiosity and determination, right?
Yeah.
In that, when I say curiosity, it's being curious. We are in a people industry.
Yes.
Yeah. And so we have to be curious about the people that we're working with. We have to understand where are the talents in our teams, but also with our clients. Be really curious with your clients and just take that moment to go, what is making them so angry right now? Or, what is it what am I listening to that they need? Stop selling and start servicing, right? Be very much about understanding the needs. You know, who is my customer? What is their need? That is, I take that through that curiosity, that determination through everything. And without that, when we stop being curious and we stop being determined, we stop, serving our purpose.
I love that. And it sounds so wildly simple, and yet it's common sense, yet not common practice, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I love that.
When you're having difficult conversations with people, or I don't call them difficult because that makes them difficult. I say having conversations that have to be had, or crucial moments, or, there's no failure. There's just feedback. If what I'm doing isn't working, what else can I do? Right.
Sure.
And so it's this curiosity is, it is the basis of all of our communication. And let's face it, we're in a business where we are constantly communicating with people.
Absolutely right. Now, before I let you get back to your curious coaching and solving the world's problems at Corporate Magic, one final question. We close every Hotelier Huddle episode with the very same question, which is a final toast. If you are raising a glass to celebrate hoteliers everywhere, what would your toast be?
Well, do you know what? I have this favorite quote. I just toasted my Wonder Woman mug here. That it's from Jay Danzy, and my toast to you is this: your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card, but how you leave others feeling after having had an experience with you, that is your trademark. So my toast is to your trademark.
I love that. Cheers, Kelley Wacher. I love that.
Cheers, Shannon Knapp. So nice to see you.
Thanks for joining the huddle today. Love it.
My pleasure. Love it. Oh, and it would be remiss of me not to just talk. Can I just say a little thing
Of
about
course you can.
time?
Tell us.
Time is the travel industry mentor experience.
Okay.
All right. And so this is what happens. And we don't have enough hoteliers coming in to be mentored. This
Okay.
is an opportunity to get 24 hours of mentoring from people within your industry.
Wow.
Yeah, it's called the Travel Industry Mentor Experience. I'm a mentor there, and it's a wonderful group of volunteer mentors from all walks of life in the industry, and you get to be mentored by them over a 6-month period. And it's such a great program. Everybody comes out of there feeling more confident, feeling like they've learned something. We've got people coming out that have been promoted, and people are coming out feeling better about themselves. So if you are interested in being a part of the travel industry mentor experience, either as a mentee or as a mentor, please let me know. Sorry, that was a shameless plug.
No, I allow it, especially for organizations that I love. Is there a website, or do we just Google TIME?
Oh, the website is travelindustrymentor.com.au.
Thank you very much, Kelley Wacher.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
See you next time.